evening, everyone, and welcome to this matchup between the Greenfoot Capitals and the Lindsay Surge here at Greenfoot Energy Center, which should be an entertaining matchup between these two. Again, the Greenfoot Capitals coming this with 11-3-1 overall record, where the Lindsay Surge are 9-4 on the year. And the Greenfoot Capitals, they have had a fantastic record here at home at the Greenfoot Center, having a 7-1 home run record as they look to play against this Surge team. And you talk about the Surge, they're heading into this after a 4-1 loss to the Moncton Rockets, and the last time they played was back on November 17th at the center, J.K. Irving Center. And again, for Greenfoot, they had an amazing comeback against the Down East Auto Parts Stars. They won 6-5 when they played at the St. Mary's University Daphne Center. As we start the face-off in the circle, Surge trying to come up with it. And this Capitals team led by number 97, Addison White, has a tremendous year, averaging 2 points per game, on pace to have 64 points on the year. Of course, a few other teammates of note for the Capitals that have been tremendous. Number 6, Ava Beaton with 23 points, and number 19, Ella Driscoll with 20. So some players to watch out for the Capitals. And for Surge, I have a few players in double figures in the point category. Number 12, Sarah Almond, as well as Neva Robertson with 10 and Jenna Greenwood with 10. Almost a turnover here, almost a shot that got past sneakily. There's a little bit of fight near the side of the net. The whistle blows and stoppage in play. I have Carly Beaton, the forward from Hammond Plains, Nova Scotia, taking the face-off. As here come the Surge, looking to rush it up. Nice forecheck from the Caps to keep it on the offensive side of the zone for themselves. Surge desperately trying to get it out past the boards. Good offensive pressure from the Caps. And again, you have to love the pressure that the Caps have been putting on, and they're considered one of the best teams here in all the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. Of course, they're competing in the standings as they have 23 points as selects are the number one team in the conference so far. As we have a delayed whistle and an icing. So far, early on this first period, the Capitals have put on a ton of pressure on the Surge. They've had a lot of difficulty trying to get it out of their own zone. And again, simple hockey rules here, folks. The more offensive pressure and scoring chances you could put on, the more likely, if you put a shot on goal, it's going to go in. As the famous Wayne Gretzky would always say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. A fight near the boards to see who comes up with it. Again, a lot of players on the strong side for the Capitals moment there for momentarily. As a Surge have something to say after that extensive time for the Capitals on their own zone. Harland was trying to clear. Ava Kennedy was able to keep it in play. Well, nice open shot attempt for Ava Kennedy, just missed wide left. The assistant captain of the Reese Vat Tour out in the line. You have Captain Rachel Walsh for the Surge. How nice is there's a quick shift change. Here come the Caps on the opposite side, trying to push it. Nice pickup from Caitlin Wagner. Pass just a little bit too far ahead for the intending recipient of it, Bea Asbridge. Here the surge. Pass ahead to Rachel Hartnell. Hartnell, well played by DeRosier. Shot on goal, one of the first that we've seen tonight here. Nice save by the blocker. Here's Addison White. You know, the game plan, if your head coach, Brad Rickman, is to make sure that she doesn't get the puck whatsoever. Nice interception at center ice. Pushing it forward. Haley Dowling. There's a couple upper caps on the right side. Trying to pass it out front. Harlan keeps it in play. Getting close to 6 minutes has been played here in the first period. And both teams in the figure it out process here on both ends of the ice. Couple of moments. Most notably a play by the Surge. You had Ava Kennedy, who was right in the slot and just misfired left. And that was one of the best scoring opportunities for the Surge in this first period. As DeRosier pushes it to the left side near the boards. Couple of shift changes for the Caps and the Surge. As Addison White and company are back out. Here's a good opportunity. A 3-1 attack developing for the Surge. A nice takeaway from Josie Leslie. As that was a prime opportunity for the Surge, and the defensive prowess for the Caps hold strong thanks to the individual efforts by Leslie. That's what's so dangerous sometimes when you do those shift chains, when you don't have the numbers on the ice and there's someone up ahead. No one on the left side, a lot of open ice. Just a little bit too far up high and left. Battling in the boards. Ashlyn Kearney in the mix. Here comes Carly Beaton. See the Capitals having a little bit of struggle trying to get out of the neutral zone. I'm back on the offensive end. Good pressure from the Surge to try to keep the Capitals on their toes. In net for the Surge is Eleanor Feltham, a Bedford, Nova Scotia native. Whistle blown stoppage in play. And for Eleanor Feltham, the goalkeeper, 6 wins, 3 losses on the year, has allowed 18 goals, a .209 goals against average, has faced 2 and 31 shots, a 0.922 save percentage with 1 shot on the year. Good opportunity here for the Surge. Blocked up front. McCormick trying to get to the edge. Gets it back out to Walsh. Walsh fires at the puck loose and cleared away. Almond, leading scorer for the Surge. Gives it back to her teammate McCormick. McCormick goes behind the net. 4-on-5 penalty here. Couple of saves made brilliantly by Lauren Delaney. Surge have had so many opportunities before this penalty, and this penalty huge for them to go up against the Capitals. Quick change here. Oh, off the mask of Delaney, I believe. Whistle blows and a stoppage. DeRosier giving Delaney a couple of pats there on the saves. And they're still going to have to try and kill this penalty. So a good opportunity for Surge trying to make a deke. Rossong back. Pass picked up and cleared away on the penalty kill. Only 5 seconds left to go on this penalty kill. And the Caps successfully kill the first penalty of the night. Currently 4 shots by the visiting Surge compared to only 1 shot on goal for the home Greenfoot Capitals. Mentioned Lauren Delaney quite a bit on the last penalty kill. 5 wins, 1 loss in the year, 233 goals against average, and a .904 save percentage. .839 left in this first period to go. The penalty was committed by Charlotte O'Dane on an interference that gave the Surge a few opportunities to try and put one past Delaney, but Delaney holds strong between the posts for the Capitals. Here's opportunity off the body. Shot was made by Eva Rothenberg. Here's another chance trying to get deflection on the screen. That was only, again, their 2nd shot on goal so far in this first period. And you see Addison White out there. She's been quiet up to her standards. Talked about how she's on pace to have 64 points on the year, averaging 2 points per game. So you know a lot of the offense is going to have to cycle through her. This is a quick little tip in the front of the net by Caitlin Wagner. And Delaney holds strong. Watching hockey all my life, one of my favorite positions in all of hockey has to be goalkeeping. It's all about playing the angles, how aggressive can you be, and trying to shut it down. So far, for both goalkeepers, they faced a lot of pressure into the slot area and the back, the blue line opportunities, and able to thwart them off up to this point. And one of the highlights, beside a few opportunities for either team to try to put one past in the net, was a 3-on-1 opportunity for the Surge back earlier here in the first period. And a brilliant defensive play made by Leslie for the Caps to stop it on 3-on-1. Was just able to poke check it away. And the Surge were offside momentarily, get back onside, but not for the Caps. Wade's beaten, just misfires, but on the change, here come the Surge. Offsides, will have to back in the neutral zone to prevent it. Again, these two will play each other again tomorrow. Instead, they'll head over to Dartmouth on the opposite side. Opportunity just hits the side of the net. Puck right up in front, off the Surge. And they'll try to flip on the other side of the ice. Looks like the ref got tripped up on the play on the side. It seems to be okay. Nice little move, trying to go backhand with it. Delaney again. It was a move too by McCormick. Just trying to make things happen in front. And just didn't get her footing quite right as she will go face off with Chloe Jaudry. Mitchell called for it. Back to McCormick. McCormick trying to get to the other side. Walsh with it. Circling. Finally taken away by Wilkie. It was almost, Surge almost uncomfortable with the forecheck to keep it on the side. Again, McCormick and Rothenberg, they've had some opportunities. So far, they just have not been able to put it behind the net. A little bit of a tale of two periods almost in one, where you could see that early on the Capitals were putting a lot of pucks in front net. They just unfortunately couldn't get a lot of shot on goals. That's the icing against the Caps, will play it on the opposite end. But now you can see so far that the pressure by the Surge are putting on is putting the Caps on their heels. No score here. Again, both teams might be a little bit rusty. They haven't played since a few weeks ago. There's, of course, fall break for all the high school students and as well the university students here in the Nova Scotia area. As there's trying to be a penalty called. And there is a penalty that's going to go against the Surge, so a power play opportunity for the Caps. So now we're even in penalties. Both teams have both been assessed one. Penalty committed by Ava Kennedy. Capitals have only put 2 shots on goal with this penalty. And that was just so close. And that was a rocket of a shot too from the back line. Trying to pass it up. Good play from the Pennykill team from the Surge as they'll put up fresh bodies back on the ice. A 2-1 opportunity for the Caps. Good stop from Felham. Another save made by Felton. Deflection at the net. The puck is loose up in front. Man, a scary, scary moment for the Surge. As the Capitals will try to go for a change here for their other unit. Dowling, Beaton out there, Rossier, Asbridge, part of this power play unit. Well played there by Walsh. Approaching 2 minutes left in this first period. Just on this power play for the Capitals, they put 4 shots on goal after they only had 2 up to this first penalty that they were able to get. As for the Surge, they were able to kill it. And the penalty was committed by Ava Kennedy from the Surge. Was a assessed 2-minute minor for body checking. Maybe this is the momentum that the Capitals need as White was trying to pass it ahead to Beaton. Beaton running into a teammate, almost created a turnover at neutral ice. Zara Prince sends it in for the Capitals. Last minute play to go. We'll see which team will close out this period strong here. Ten seconds left. That Tor tangled up with Beaton, and that concludes the first period here at the Greenfoot Energy Center. Just to give a quick little recap of what happened in that first period. You had the Surge early on the attack, were aggressive. They in fact got up to 4 shots on goal to the 2 that were put up by the Greenfoot Capitals. And then the Capitals, they started to push it up a little bit more as the Surge were assessed a penalty that was given to Ava Kennedy, and they were able to put up 4 shots on goal, and they only had 2 up to that point. So in that first period alone, it was a 6-5 now Capital advantage after the Surge had a great start. And we'll have to wait and see, as we are still scoreless here at home for the Greenfoot Energy Center. We'll take a quick break here. This is a matchup between the Greenfoot Capitals and the Lindsay Surge in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League Conference. We'll take a quick break and bring you back with action of the second period. And welcome back here to the second period between the Lindsay Surge and the Greenfoot Capitals, as we are located here in Greenfoot Energy Center in Bedford, Nova Scotia. A Maritime Major Female Hockey League matchup between these two. As we recap a little bit of that first period we talked about a little bit before we head into that first intermission, is that for the Surge, they had a strong start. They had 5 shots on goal to the Greenfoot's 2. There were a few scoring opportunities for the Surge. They could not capitalize, as well as some great defensive moments from the Capitals. Both were assessed a penalty, and when Greenfoot got on the power play advantage, they put 4 shots on goal, and they actually have the lead in shot on goal with 6-5 of the second period. So we'll see what adjustments have been made by head coach Brad Rickman for the Lindsay Surge, as well as head coach Kevin Bennett for the Greenfoot Capitals. As we open up here with the face-off, it is won by the Caps. Caps dumping in to the boards as they try to facilitate their offense. And there was a penalty actually to start this, an interference. So the Surge again have another power play opportunity. That is their second one of this hockey match. Here they go, save up, bartered away by Delaney. Not a great start if you are a fan of the Caps to open up straight away with an interference penalty. That's the second time they've been hit with an interference penalty. To hear the dismay from the crowd here at the Greenfoot Energy Center. McCormick shoving a little bit as have a back and forth going here. Some physicality just missed for the Surge. A shot attempt from Gabby Buffett does not register on goal. Here is Hartnell circling, fires it, saved. As you could see on the replay there, the shot and save by Delaney. And Delaney's had to put her head on a swivel a little bit in that first period when the Surge had the early power play opportunity. We have 20 seconds left. Here's a great opportunity, and save made by the Surge. Great play from Feltham, as that was a one-on-one opportunity for Ashlyn Kearney for the Caps, and denied by Feltham, as we're now on the opposite side, the Surge. And that was a great shorthanded opportunity, but sometimes better defense prevails. And now White is onside, has a chance, trying to wait for her fellow Capitals. Here's White. Tries to float a backhander in. Greenwood back to Tran, as well as Gold. Here's Allman, the leading scorer for the Surge, able to get around, and Delaney comes up with a stop. A little bit of a poke from Rachel Walsh, the captain, trying to get a little bit extra effort. You can see the play here. The right winger Walsh, good positioning from Delaney. And has ramped up a lot more in the second period. Both teams starting to fire on all cylinders here at the Surge with 2 shots on goal, as well as you have the Capitals with 1. Walsh just misses it. Racing for it is Asbridge and Walsh. Walsh, the captain, comes up with it. As you have that cap that goes down, that's a penalty. Goes against Danica Joseph, the third penalty. Pardon me, the fourth total penalty and the third one for the Surge. Check that, the second. It's the second power play opportunity for the Capitals. The tripping. And that's a score from the back of the line for the Capitals as they finally put up a goal on the board and a much needed on the power play goal. They take advantage here in the Greenfoot Energy Center. As DeRosay from the back line, I believe was able to get the past the 5-hole. As you'll see here on the replay, just throws it on the net and the score. And for DeRosay, that is the first goal of the season for her. She's had 7 points, but that's her 8th total point. And now the Surge will have to respond after that tripping penalty that hurt the Surge. And Ashlyn Kearney, who had an absolute one-on-one opportunity, was trying to deke to the right side back early in the second period. And a great stop for Feltham. And again, for Feltham, you can't blame her too much. Again, we have so many screeners in front of the net, it makes it very difficult if you're a goaltender to try and see above through all that chaos on the ice. And DeRosier with the goal on the power play from back at the blue line. Score as thrown on net. Izzy Kim off a stick and out of play. DeRosier trying to keep it in play for the Capitals. Battle at the boards as Buffett trying to keep it and clear it out for the Surge. The puck is up on net and a save. Aggressive move in front of the slot. As we'll see on the replay here. Had Bea Asbridge floated around behind the net to try and set it up. And again, Feltham has to stay strong. Did leave, they give up a goal, but again, the best policy with the goaltender is short-term memory. Kearney to DeRosier. Coming up with it, Greenwood. And picked up in the neutral zone by the Caps. And of course, for DeRosier, first goal of the year, scored moments ago. Also have to give the assist to who other? Addison White. The 10th assist on the year. It's 27 points now. And you look at expected goals for Addison White and did the calculation for the game. On average, on pace to score 42 goals. Oh, and off the post for the Surge. As we're talking about goal scoring, the puck is still loose. And the whistle blows, and no one was essentially on top of it. We got a good viewpoint from up here in the booth. As you can see, a few of the fans here frustrated as you thought the puck was under the massive bodies. As will result in a face-off to the right. Goaltender's best friend is sometimes the post. Chance trying to poke check in front. And you can see the shot from Greenwood as a stoppage in play. You'll see on the replay. You see Greenwood, I believe also Poirier was in the mix for the Surge. Face off one, shot immediately by Nedelku. Surge are up in the shots on goal, 11-9. After allowing the goal, they have been putting a lot of offensive pressure in Capitals territory. Buffett battling with Harlan at the boards. And White offsides. As you can see, Eva Rothenberg just couldn't get back and drag that skate over before White was trying to create an opportunity. Face-off won by Kearney in the neutral zone. We have Kearney is trying to pass it up where Prince was open. Seems both teams have knocked off the rust from that first period. Shot up in front, couldn't get through all the traffic. Beaten back to Kearney. And Kennedy shoving Kearney into the boards. Leslie gets a pass. Kennedy, who has been on the ice for some significant time on this shift. And desperately need a shift if you're the Surge. And they get a little bit of a break here with Reese Faptor. Hit off of Dowling for the Caps there on that last offensive possession for the Surge. Surge passed it over the left and just couldn't get a handle on it. Was Buffett. Buffett had a little bit of space on that left as Walsh takes a slap shot, misfires. Asbridge trying to track it down. Not before Mitchell gets it for the Surge. Pass up ahead from Walsh to was Hartnell. Walsh being bodied by Chloe Jaudry. As here is Buffett. Nice stick check and poke check away from Kat Wilkie. Puck is there, nice cover. And sometimes being a goalkeeper, if you're Delaney, there's a puck up front, just go out and get it, stop the play, and get the face-off. 10 minutes have passed in the second period. For those that are tuning in that have watched the duration of this matchup, you know that Callie DeRosier got her first goal on the power play at the 6:19 mark here in the second period. That was assisted by Addison White. As both teams have gotten into penalty trouble, both teams have been assessed 2 minor penalties for a total of 4. Gold trying to get to the opposite end, but not before. Beaton, the captain, is around there. Push up ahead. Greenwood, shot. DeRosier was hit by the puck. Tran battling with Prince for a moment. Nice forecheck from Prince. Opportunity for Beaton. Off the left pad. Save by Feltham. And another glove save. Now instead of the pad, make it the glove. As you see on the replay, a stop and a quick shot at the net and gobbled up. Feltham has faced 10 shots so far for 2 periods of play. Icing call here and a stoppage. And of course, the Capitals heading this, we talked about the pregame show, had 11 wins, 3 losses. They're sitting in 3rd place. They're a game behind the Stars, and they both have 23 points apiece. As the Capitals trying to climb up the boards here. Try and get in prime positioning as they are getting more than midway through this season. Nice pass up ahead. Here comes the surge. We have Joseph have an open side and followed up, and there was a wide open to Rachel Walsh on that right side. And again, the Caps were able to stop the play on a 3-on-1. No shot. Back-to-back shots. Trying to clear it away. Hartnell had a couple of good chances at it. Caps driving, doweling, and the puck just goes right into the bench. The assist from Rothenberg. As a stoppage of play will force a face-off. Surge come up with it. Leslie getting hacked by Vator. And for Leslie, for the Caps, had a great play in the first period where she had to take on a 3-on-1 by herself on the oncoming attack from the Surge and was able to pickpocket it away and stop the 3-on-1 opportunity. So some good moments, too, for this defense for the Caps. Beaton trying to center ahead to Kearney, and the Caps have to get back. They got the numbers now, 2-on-2. Hartnell falls. No penalty called, seemed clean. Seems that Hartnell just fouled on her own volition. And was on for the delayed offsides. That's a dangerous turnover for the Surge, as unfortunately Wagner couldn't locate the puck. Cormick trying to get it out, and does get in the neutral zone as the Greenfoot Capitals have to get back on side. And that puck was tipped, no icing. Gold trying to get a nice play from Walsh, though, to be able to read the pass from that far away to try to give the Surge a chance. Another stop from Feltham. You'll see on the replay. Not the best shot to take, but again, you got to take some of them. It was a tough angle. But again, Feltham in the right position. Another great save by Feltham. Has had to utilize that left pad a few times. Another stop to the left pad. Here's White trying to get it in. Again, Feltham with some tremendous stops. And Assen White was open for a second on that right side. Already has an assist, her 10th. Finally gotten to the double figures in the assist category with the assist to Hirosier on that power play goal at the 16-19 minute mark in the second period, only scoring so far. Still a very close game here inside the Greenfoot Energy Center. Beaton was hit by Walsh, falls. Here comes a Surge, pass up ahead to Greenwood. Kearney didn't probably get the umph on it to try to push it on the opposite side to try to get ongoing attackers. Here's Joseph. Joseph trying to make a move out wide right. Puts on the brakes. Was trying to look for Allman, but just wasn't in the right position. Both teams have put 13 shots on net, which is amazing considering what happened in that first period where it was only 6 shots on goal by the Capitals and 5 by the Surge. And delayed penalty is going to go. There will be some discussion. Both teams have gotten a penalty to start the second period, 4 in total. And Allman will serve it. Again, an opportune time for the Surge. The last penalty that they were assessed, the Capitals are able to score a goal. Now that is the third penalty assessed to the Surge. White. Back to DesRosiers. Kearney to the right fires. All in that traffic. It's wide open the net. And just missed by White. That was a prime opportunity to go up. I think that you had a defenseman back for the Surge to get a stick on it or stop it, because there was a lot of open net. Two minutes approaching left in the second period. 1:15 left on the penalty. Can the Surge kill this one? Again, White's just waiting on that left side near the slot. Just waiting for someone to fire a puck. As you watch NHL, it's always Ovechkin's office on the power play, just sitting right in the slot. As the Surge, the penalty unit gets a break. Fresh pair of skates. Now there is another delayed penalty. You can see on the replay here, the fire on net as White had a chance at it, and it seemed that just could not connect, as you had really good play to the defenseman to be able to get in between there and prevent it from going to the back of the net. So the trajectory a little bit off for White. Now it is a 5-on-3 for 40 seconds. Is asking a lot from the Surge. Three penalties for the Surge in this period, 4 in total. And as you see, there's a little bit of discussion on the ice currently. Like the refs were talking with head coach Brad Rickman. Have White near the back line, the left. With only 5-on-3 advantage for the Capitals. As the Surge will get one more man with about 20 seconds left. But they'll have to stop and try to keep the Capitals at bay. Back to Leslie. Leslie trying to fire. Hit right off of Walsh. Heads a play from Walsh, but they have to get back in the position. Surge get another man. Now 5-on-4. Trying to get behind White. White was trying to move and dangle. And another penalty called. On the hack of a stick. As Walsh. As you see Delaney coming far out of the net in the neutral zone. Trying to switch out a stick. I was expecting for a moment, I thought maybe we're going to have a showdown between the goalies for a second on the opposite end, but just a change of sticks. Don't see that quite too often anymore. And you see there is a timeout, trying to discuss some of the play. Again, this has been a tough period for the Surge, as late here in the second period they have had multiple penalties, and they've had 4, and they've had 3 in the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds. That's back to a 5-on-3. White fires, saved by Feltham. And again, this is why it is so important as a goaltender when you have to contend with someone like the shooting prowess of White, as you see on the replay here. Great body catch from Feltham, as that you cannot allow a rebound, especially on a 5-on-3. And you know, if you're the coaching staff for the Surge, you're going to have to try and make sure there's no second or even third opportunities near the net. Leslie back, trying a nice poke away from Mackenzie Rossong. Again, good stick, good play. And that's going to end the second period, as with interesting development here. Again, so for Greenfoot Capitals, they got their first goal in the second period on a power play goal that was scored by DeRosier, and it was assisted by Addison White. That was Addison White's 10 assists, and DeRosier's first goal of the season, for a total 8 points for DeRosier on the year. And for the Surge, they had some moments where they had opportunities to score, but unfortunately for them, they had so many penalties in this second period. They now are up to 5 penalties, and they had 3 in the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds of the second period, which is really the story of the Surge. Can clean up the penalties a bit more, they'll be able to stay in this game, and they're only down 1-0, and they still have a whole entire period left to go. And well, that is going to conclude here this second period as we head into intermission. The score 1-0 in favor of the Capitals. You're watching this Maritime Major Female Hockey League matchup between the Greenfoot Capitals and the Lindsay Surge. We'll be back with third period action in just a moment here, folks. And welcome back here, folks. Just seconds away from starting the third period, and we can't really start this third period unless we mention the goal that was scored back at the 16-19 mark by DeRosier. DeRosier, that was her first goal of the year, and has now a total
and that's
of
a
8
score
points. And
from the
we
back
did a little bit of stat
line
checking before we headed back
for the Capitals as
into
they
this
finally
third
put up
period.
a goal
So all
on
of last
the board.
year, in that 2023-2024 regular season, she had a total of 7 points, and with that goal scored, that is her 8th point, so she's already above her average from a year ago. Some impressive play from Cala DeRosier. Not only a hockey player, but as well as a rugby player, so a dual, maybe even triple sport athlete doing it all here. And it was assisted by none other than Addison White, who got her 10th assist on the year, and just been absolutely tremendous for the Capitals all season long. And we'll talk a little bit more about the second period. For the Surge, you look at how things went. They did a little bit better. They put 8 shots on goal, which is a lot better than what they did in the first period where they had 5. But they've committed 4 penalties in that second period. Not only that, they had 3 penalties in the last 2 minutes and 48 seconds, which, as everyone knows, is not winning hockey. So to start this third period, from what I understand, the Capitals will start with a 5-on-3 power play again. They had a 5-on-3 opportunity back in the second period, and they'll open up the third period with that, with 2 Surge players in the penalty box. So this gives a lot of opportunity for the Caps to put some insurance goals up, and at least from the Surge point of view, they're going to have to get some stops because their captain, Rachel Walsh, is in the penalty box. And she is the best player on the Surge, has been tremendous this year. Even that second period, she had a tremendous block and was able to clear the puck a few times to prevent the Caps from getting any more goals. And here you see DeRosier back to White. White trying to make magic happen. Wearing the number that McDavid made famous and blocked away by Rossong. .57 seconds left on power play, as it was just a little bit wide for the captain. Beaton makes moves to the left. Hartnell trying to clear, and it was open for a moment. Was Kearney. Kearney had a chance early in the second period to go up. Blocked away and back in the net for the Capitals. Their second goal on the power play. All of their goals have come from power plays, and they now lead 2-0. The goal scored by Ashlyn Kearney, as you see on the replay here, off the rebound and the score, no problem by Kearney. And for Kearney, that's her 12th goal scored of the year. That puts her up to 18 points. And we'll make sure to shout out, as it's just been a really good year. Amazingly, too, for the Capitals, they have 3 players that are among the top of this league in scoring. They have 3 players that are in the top 10 easily, and they've just been able to keep on adding numbers. But that goal, they're still not out of it. They have a 5-on-4 advantage. And the way this game has gone, it has been very difficult for the Surge to they've had plenty of chances, as we talked about throughout this game. It has been the ability just to get it past Delaney, who has been really good at net too, but also the defense has been tremendous. Addison White is credited with the assist. So we heard the announcement over the PA. Do nothing here. 5-4 advantage on the power play. DeRosier back to Beaton. Quick pass back to DeRosier off of Greenwood. You have Walsh back out. Walsh trying to fight in the boards with Kearney. Five seconds left. And Surge were able to at least get out with only 1 score on the power play. Again, they've had 4 just in that period alone. Again, this is still not out of play as the puck goes into the bench. It's only a 2-goal deficit for the Surge, and they have been very aggressive. They only, again, had 5 shots on goal on that first period, but they were able to put 8 on that in the second, where it put them up to 13. So it's not only Addison White on the assist on the goal from Ashlyn Kearney, but it's also Chloe Jodry. And Jodry has her 10th assist. So not only White got her 10th assist, but as well as Jodry. Joseph trying to pass it ahead to Almond, and we've not said Sarah Almond's name not too much. We did highlight that she is a very important player, as White was trying to get through multiple defenders for the Surge. As White's starting to pick it up here in this third period. Already has 2 points. Does that and easily blocked away by Delaney. Playing a little bit of a stand-up goalie that time around. And a penalty going against Evie Rothenberg, assistant captain. That's the third penalty for the Capitals. They had 2 back in that first period. Buffett back to Walsh. Walsh makes a decision, fires it, pad save. Walsh to McCormick. McCormick got to get it ahead. Walsh trying to weave her way. Got a couple defenders trying to find an opposite side of the slot in Almond. Almond. Back ahead. Chance. And a brilliant save. Puck still open. And Walsh able to get at the back of the net after all that chaos. The Surge are now up on the board to cut this within a 1-goal deficit. As Walsh was just rating, we talked about her being one of the best players on this team for the Surge, and you saw it on display there as the puck leaked out. There was an attempted clear and a great goal on that right side as Delaney had no chance to find it. And the Surge capitalized on the power play. That is the 14th point for Walsh. Check that. That is the 9th point for Walsh, 4th goal of the year. A potentially huge momentum play here in this third period after the Surge were held scoreless for 2 periods, and they've had a litany of chances to be able to go up or even take the lead. As you see White with a good forecheck, trying to keep the pressure on the Surge. Nice pickup from Charlotte O'Dane. Good pass up ahead. Wagner. And they gave Rachel Walsh the score, and it was assisted by Gabrielle Buffett and Sarah Allman. So actually Allman does get her 14th point. That's Buffett's 4th point on the assist. Quick fire from the back line. And Tran. And that's 9 assists for Allman once we do some of the stack gaming here. Here's Greenwood. Makes a move, and the stick takes her down. I was a little bit surprised there was no penalty called. As again, that was a game of penalties for the Surge where they committed 4 of them. And it seemed that Alma was trying to set it up on the other side to Joseph, but Joseph got the signal to head to the bench for a line change. That tore. And trying to push it up ahead. Makes a couple of good moves. Is going to have to fight with it with Harland. And again, hockey is one of those odd sports where you never know where the puck is going to go. As we say that there, as Feltham puts a stop to it. The pucks. And there was a chance where it could potentially turn to a forecheck, and then the Caps will come up with it. Approaching close to halfway in this third period. 2 goals being scored in the third. Again, opened up with a power play score from Ashlyn Kearney. An assist from Jodry and White. And a big response a little later on the power play from Walsh for the Surge. There's White using the speed to get around Tran. High ups in the air, almost near the rafters. Nothing like Friday night hockey here in Bedford, Nova Scotia. As not only our level, and that was a just miss from Asbridge, as I don't think anyone was ready for that, especially for me. I was so surprised how Asbridge was able to almost go backhand with it and almost was able to put up the Caps up 3-1. Kim going to have to try to race back with it, with Kearney hot in pursuit. Kim to Greenwood. Prince with the pickup of the neutral zone. Caps back on the attack. This line has been very, very good for the Caps tonight. Multiple bodies falling on neutral ice. No signal from the refs. As Walsh, who scored the goal to cut it within 1, has it circling around the net. A stick lost. Walsh passes it up ahead and just a little bit mistimed. Was trying to get it to Joseph, and Joseph, a nice pass from Walsh. I just don't think Joseph was ready for it. And again, this is when you get late into a hockey match. Who are you going to rely upon to get you home? And that's going to be your key contributors. And we talked about a little bit highlighted numerous players from the Capitals, but for the Surge, when you have players, Greenwood, Robertson too, can get going, but Walsh, there's of course who's pinching and being aggressive, listed as a defenseman. So it goes on as White trying to get into the play. Here's Buffett. Did have the assist on the Walsh goal. Speaking of Walsh, trying to team it up ahead. Mitchell with it. Back to Joseph. Buffett there. Change for the Surge. Kennedy, assistant captain, back to Mitchell. Has a trailer on the change. Open in front of the net. And it was off a cap, I believe. See the intensity start to pick up here inside the Greenfoot Energy Center. And Rink D. O'Dane makes a move to the right. Great blocker save from Feltham. And again, had everything going in the right direction. As again, a quick change. Feltham might have got another pad on it. So some quick back-to-back saves from Feltham. As we're going to have to see that again. We get a stoppage. That was just brilliant play as we've complimented Feltham all night. DeRosier with a shot, glove save, Feltham. Again, that's 3 saves that we could see just in that sequence alone. As again, we'll see on the replay here what was going on. As you can see, O'Dane, and a great save. As you can tell, maybe was trying to go to the right, but well played and read by Feltham to get the blocker to prevent it from going to the top left corner. Just a great save. And the Surge have a little bit of life. They're getting close to having 20 shots on goal as the Greenfoot Capitals have that. I won't be surprised if Walsh and their crew are going to get extra shifts as we start heading down this third period. McCormick, watch McCormick games. She has a little bit of wiggle to her where she can make a couple of moves and have space. It just hasn't quite gone McCormick's way up to this point. There's White going at Tran. And Wilkie will go back for a line change. Brings up Leslie. Leslie back to DeRosier. A quick turnover on ice. Here's someone for the Surge. Have a chance. Trying to get it past. Sneak it past. The puck is right there in the middle of the ice. Another chance from the Surge. And again, just could not get a couple of pucks their way. As Poirier had a good look at it. And you see O'Dane, who had the great shot moments ago that was saved by Feltham by the blocker. Rossier. Asper just trying to get to it. Oh, here, nice move here, opportunity at the knees, no good. Harlan fires. And it hit Mitchell up in front. Harland to Kearney. Kearney, who scored the second goal that you see on the board. Hartnell trying to send a wrister. And the shot was affected due to a stick. Didn't get all of it. Up for grabs in the neutral zone. Harland trying to get it past, up there, circling around, nope. Surge need good opportunity here, and they might get it. As Bautor is trying to go past the Cavs defense, but Mitchell with Wagner near the front. Mitchell just misses it. And here they come, trying to sneak on the change. Goes past, up in the air and gloved by Delaney. Few opportunities as the time is waning for the Surge. And you have to love the competitiveness here in this third period. Again, when that second goal was scored by Kearney for the Caps, when it went 2-0, you thought maybe this, not that the game necessarily get out of hand, but maybe that was a closing goal. But that power play goal scored by Walsh was huge just to keep it within a goal. But again, if you're the Surge, that first period, there were several chances for them to put one behind Delaney, and they could not. Can't really think coulda, shoulda, woulda in this situation. But still only a one-goal lead for the Capitals. Behind the net, and score! For the Surge, we're talking about momentum plays, and that's what we needed as they tie it up 2-2. As we'll see on the replay, a huge momentum play to knot it back up. Here Walsh firing it. It did go off a Surge player. It was either Hartnell. What does not matter here, folks. The Surge tied up 2-2 with 2:12 remaining in the third period. We talked about relying on your star players, and Walsh again delivering in the clutch. Again, McCormick was being called out as part of the assist. We'll make sure to get some clarification on who gets the goal. But for now, 2-2. We'll have one last final push in this third period to try and close it out. Well, here we got a good opportunity. Greenwood, not much space, fires it. I believe Delaney got some of that on the blocker. It was a high shot, so there wasn't much need for it. As you have White passing it up ahead. And here is Joseph trying to get in between, have some space, and was denied by Leslie. Leslie's made a couple of great defensive plays for the Caps tonight. One most notably back in the first period, stopped a 3-on-1. Beaten to White. White just too far ahead. So they're actually giving the goal to Rachel Hartnell, so I guess I was a little bit right on that. So Hartnell with the goal, McCormick with the assist. And for Hartnell, fourth goal, which gets her to double figures in points with her 10th point. And for Mia McCormick, that's her 5th assist on the year, 9 points total. .40 seconds left. Tie here, we go to overtime. Sudden death. This has been a great Friday night hockey matchup here in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. O'Dane to Kearney. Kearney, 6 seconds left. Has to make something happen. Fires it. No. That's the end of the third period as we head into overtime, but not after some incredible drama. So for the Greenfoot Capitals, you started off a goal from Ashlyn Kearney, and that goal by Kearney came at the 19:13 mark when, again, they were talking about back in that second period, you had the Surge have a litany of penalties. They had 4 in that period alone, the second period, including 3 with less than 2 minutes to go. And you look in this third period, when the Greenfoot Capitals went up 2-0, you thought maybe that would be the insurance goal, dagger goal potentially. But the play from Walsh from the Surge had a goal on a power play that helped to get it to a 1-goal deficit. And finally, late in the third period with 2:12 left to go, the hero, Rachel Hartnell for the Surge, on the assist from Mia McCormick, was able to finally tie it up here at 2-2. And as we add 5 more minutes up on the board. And for the Surge, they have tied twice this year. Meanwhile, the Capitals, to my knowledge, have not. Yet, no ties for the Capitals. And guess what, folks? If you love this, they'll be playing tomorrow. All right. You have Kearney, DeRosay, and Jodry. Start McCormick, Walsh, and Buffett out for the Surge. The game has been so good, you had to have overtime. And 3-on-3 hockey is so difficult because you have space like that. As DeRosay makes a move, can't you do it? Does it? No! The post from DeRosay. Thought it had a chance to go in. That might be so tough if you're DeRosay. Had the goal to start it off in that second period and almost was just inches away from closing out in overtime, but the post said no. So how will the Surge be able to counteract that? Again, everything was perfect, but just not the goal going in. And you could see White was tripped up there, and the ref saw it, and no call whatsoever. Hartnell was able to drag that skate to keep on sides for the Lindsay Surge. The Surge looking for their 10th win on the year. Meanwhile, the Caps trying to go for 14. They are 7-1 at home, a tremendous record, trying to make it 8-1. And this has been, if you're from a Surge fan perspective, a battle of it not going your way when you've had so many penalties called, as we highlighted in that second period. Well, giving chance after chance after chance, and here we go. Curry, but no. Offsides. Face-off one. DeRosier to Kearney. Back to DeRosier. Jodry. Walsh has Rogers on the other side. Joseph checked that on the other side. Couldn't get it to her. Allman trying to get it to Joseph. Kearney tied up, puck loose. The Capitals go for a shift change, and so do the Surge. McCormick get on the assist. Here's White, dangerous in space. Decides to go left with it. It's still in play. Harland So much skill from White. Poirier next, less than 2 minutes here to go in this overtime. Move fired by McCormick. No good. Trying to get it past Delaney, out of position. Trying to go for the wraparound, but well played by the Caps defense to hold strong. Up it back. Playing hot potato with the puck. McCormick drives in, trying to make a move, trying to get past Delaney. Delaney covers it up. Ooh, your heartbeat is elevated here if you're watching this from home. And even inside here at the Greenfoot Energy Center, it's been a fantastic Friday night game here between the Surge and the Capitals. Here's White. Walsh able to poke it away, and Allman couldn't keep it in. White pressuring Buffett. Buffett will dump it back, as that almost could have been very dangerous for Walsh, with White trying to be extra aggressive. Allman makes a move. Good positioning by Delaney for the stop. Less than a minute to go here. Changes by both teams. Here comes a shot saved by Felpham with 31.9 seconds to go in overtime. As you could see on the replay, and it was just off the post for Desrosiers. Again, how close can you be from putting the dagger in? And I think that's about as close as you're ever going to see, as you do have the player slow to get off the ice. It actually looks like Ava Betton, the captain, getting 10-2. When we get back to it, the beaten. See how it goes. Is now, here we go, move, a chance, just missed. O'Dane had a beautiful chance, and McCormick trying to get past Desrosiers and cannot. Pass ahead, and that was a little bit of a dribbler, as he wasn't sure what's going to happen. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and that is the end of overtime here, folks. So, with the end of overtime, that is going to result in a tie between the Surge and the Greenfoot Capitals. And this is the third time, in fact, that the Surge have got a tie. And this is the first time all season that the Greenfoot Capitals end a game in a tie, as the handshakes are going all around. We'll give a quick recap of what happened up to this point. Again, it was a scoreless first period. Both teams a little bit rusty to start. In the second period, that's where it started to heat up for the Greenfoot Capitals. A power play goal scored by Desrosiers to open it up with a 1-0 advantage. And there was multiple penalties that were committed by the second period that resulted in a goal being scored in that third period, as that penalty minutes carried over into the third. And the goal was scored by Ashlyn Kearney to go up 2-0. And when it was 2-0, I thought it was all Greenfoot Capitals, but brilliant spot response again from some of the veterans on this team. Most notably, Rachel Walsh came in to score on a power play goal to make it a 2-1 only one goal deficit when it was 2-1. Then finally, a goal by Rachel Hartnell late. The youngster able to put it in, make it 2-2, and then going to overtime. There was a brilliant chance from Desrosiers and could not get it past. It hit the post and was only inches away for the Caps potentially getting a victory, but again, this ends in a tie. And that is going to wrap things up here from us as we're located here in the Greenfoot Energy Center. And this has been a Maritime Major Female Hockey League matchup between, again, the Greenfoot Capitals and the Lindsay Surge. I give a quick shout out to Maritime Athletic Profiles for producing this matchup. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. A quick shout out to Tyler, our producer, as well as Spencer, our camera operator. And from that's going to wrap it up here from tonight. So long. Until next time, everybody.